If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. You just need to see how unhinged this kind of thinking is.
It's always the people that always do the pointing. It always comes back to them. This is the largest RICO case ever filed in the state of New York. That's bigger than the mafia. So he was scamming insurance companies. He was performing unnecessary surgeries, providing fraudulent medical services in exchange for the kickbacks.
Joe Rogan, never one to shy away from controversy, has set his sights on the View's Sunny Hostin. Because Sunny's husband, Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, is caught in the middle of a jaw-dropping scandal that's making headlines everywhere. Insurance fraud, unnecessary surgeries, and even kickbacks. This story has everything. And if you think Joe Rogan would let something like this slide without a few sarcastic jabs, think again. Stick around because things are about to get very interesting. So let's dive into the scandal that's rocking the Hostin household. Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, Sunny Hostin's husband and a prominent orthopedic surgeon, is facing some pretty serious accusations. The allegations are nothing short of shocking. Reports claim he's been involved in insurance fraud, performing unnecessary surgeries, and receiving kickbacks. If that wasn't enough, he's also said to be tangled in one of New York's largest RICO lawsuits, which involves over 180 defendants.
Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin, an orthopedic surgeon and husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin, is accused in December. The lawsuit alleges Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services in exchange for kickbacks and/or compensation, and names him among nearly 200 defendants in one of New York's largest RICO cases. Hostin's attorney Daniel denies the allegations, calling the lawsuit a meritless attempt by a near-bankrupt insurance carrier to intimidate doctors and restrict healthcare benefits. Hostin performs unnecessary surgeries on patients without exploring less invasive treatments, with American Transit citing New York's 1974 no-fault law as contributing to widespread insurance fraud.
This lawsuit paints a picture of an elaborate scheme where Dr. Hostin allegedly participated in fraudulent billing targeting taxi, Uber, and Lyft insurance companies under New York's no-fault law. The accusations include inflating bills for medical procedures that weren't necessary. If proven true, the consequences could be career-ending for Dr. Hostin, and the scandal could cast a long shadow over Sunny's public persona.
If your husband's doing something, if he's allegedly doing something like this, you guys would know if your wives were up to some nefarious stuff. She's been, for years, lecturing America about morality, inequality, systemic failures, and look at her track record. How many times has she had to go on in the past 2 months and look at the camera and do a legal apology?
The lawsuit claims that Dr. Hostin was part of a well-organized scheme to defraud taxi, Uber, and Lyft insurance companies under New York's no-fault law. According to the legal filings, the accusations are as intricate as they are damning. Dr. Hostin allegedly billed for medical procedures that were either unnecessary or never performed. These activities reportedly involved fraudulent billing practices on a massive scale, inflating costs to maximize payouts. What makes this case even more alarming is the breadth of the operation. Dr. Hostin is just one of over 180 defendants named in the lawsuit, suggesting a network of healthcare professionals, intermediaries, and other entities working in tandem. Addict's legal team has described it as one of the largest RICO lawsuits in the state's history. The sheer scale and complexity of the allegations have captured national attention, with many questioning how deep this scheme might run.
Doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Like my husband operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
And let's not forget the potential fallout. If these allegations hold up in court, Dr. Hostin's career as a respected orthopedic surgeon could come to an abrupt and ignominious end. The scandal also raises unsettling questions about systemic corruption within the medical and insurance industries, leaving observers to wonder, is this just the tip of the iceberg? Now, you know Joe Rogan couldn't resist chiming in on this. During a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, he didn't just hold back. He went all in on Sunny and her colleagues at The View. Rogan started by poking fun at the overall intelligence of the show's co-hosts, calling them among the dumbest people on television. Harsh words, but Rogan didn't stop there. He zeroed in on Sunny Hostin, accusing her of hypocrisy and moral grandstanding, especially in light of her husband's alleged fraudulent activities.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. You just need to see how unhinged this kind of thinking is. They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things. It is a rabies-infested hen house.
Rogan's pointed comments quickly went viral, with clips of his rant circulating widely on social media. Fans of the Joe Rogan Experience praised his bluntness, calling him refreshing and unapologetically honest. However, critics were less impressed, with some calling his remarks unnecessarily harsh and a low blow to someone already dealing with personal challenges. Still, Rogan doubled down, suggesting that it's hard to believe Sunny Hostin wasn't at least partially aware of her husband's alleged misdeeds. Whether you agree with Rogan or not, one thing's for sure: he knows how to stir the pot. And this particular episode of his podcast has reignited debates about whether public figures should be held accountable for the actions of their spouses. Is it fair game, or has Rogan crossed a line? Let us know what you think in the comments below. They've got to be among the dumbest people on television. Sunny Hostin loves to act morally superior, but now her husband's knee-deep in fraud allegations. I mean, come on, did she not know? It's her husband. Oh, the shade. Rogan's fans are absolutely eating this up, flooding social media with praise for his no-holds-barred approach. They're calling him out as a truth teller, someone unafraid to point out what they see as Sunny's glaring hypocrisy. According to Rogan, Sunny's holier-than-thou attitude on The View has always been a sore point. And now, with this scandal brewing in her own backyard, it's downright laughable. But Rogan didn't stop at just calling her out. He suggested that Sunny's frequent criticisms of others on the show now ring hollow, given the situation with her husband. To Rogan's fans, this adds a new layer of irony. How can Sunny lecture the world on moral integrity when her own household is under such scrutiny? The public's divided reactions show just how polarizing Rogan's commentary can be. On one side, there are his loyal listeners cheering him on. On the other, critics accuse him of using Sunny's personal turmoil as fodder for entertainment. Still, the drama has only intensified, with viewers on both sides eagerly following the fallout. The lawsuit against Dr. Hostin was filed by the American Transit Insurance Company, or ATIC, a major player in the insurance industry with a history of tackling alleged fraud. They're accusing him of engaging in fraudulent billing practices, manipulating insurance claims to maximize payouts, and even performing unnecessary surgeries. Ouch, literally. The accusations extend beyond mere paperwork discrepancies. According to the lawsuit, Dr. Hostin allegedly exploited New York's no-fault insurance laws, which allow for expedited medical payments after accidents by billing for treatments that either weren't necessary or were significantly inflated. These treatments targeted ride-hailing companies like Uber and Lyft, as well as traditional taxi services, racking up millions in alleged fraudulent claims. Addict's legal team has described this case as a cornerstone in their fight against widespread corruption in medical practices tied to no-fault insurance schemes. They claim Hostin's actions were part of a larger network involving dozens of other professionals who collaborated to exploit the system. This isn't just about a rogue doctor. It's about unraveling a web of deceit that allegedly spanned clinics, diagnostic facilities, and even legal professionals. The stakes are incredibly high, both for Dr. Hostin and for the insurance companies pursuing these claims. If proven guilty, Dr. Hostin could face severe legal penalties, financial ruin, and the permanent loss of his medical license. Meanwhile, ATIC stands to recover potentially millions in damages, positioning this case as a landmark battle in the ongoing war against insurance fraud. It's a case that's as high stakes as it is dramatic, and all eyes are on how it unfolds. But Dr. Hostin's legal team isn't backing down. They're accusing Attic of filing this lawsuit not because of genuine concern about fraud, but as a strategic move to deflect attention from their own financial troubles. According to Dr. Hostin's attorneys, Attic has been under immense pressure from mounting losses and growing scrutiny over their claim denial practices, making this lawsuit an opportunistic ploy. The defense team has painted a picture of a struggling insurance giant desperate to save face. They argue that instead of addressing systemic issues within their organization, Attic has chosen to go after medical professionals to avoid paying out claims. This narrative raises some thought-provoking questions about the dynamics between insurers and healthcare providers. Is this case truly about fraud, or is it part of a larger game of financial chess? Either way, it's messy. The stakes are monumental for both sides, with careers, reputations, and millions of dollars hanging in the balance. As the legal battle unfolds, the public is left wondering if the truth will emerge, or if this case will remain mired in the murky waters of corporate and professional rivalries. Now, here's the kicker. Sunny Hostin, known for her outspoken and often bold takes on The View, has been eerily silent about this whole ordeal. No public statements, no comments on the allegations, not even a cryptic social media post. For someone who's usually unafraid to tackle controversies head-on, her sudden quietness has left fans and critics scratching their heads. Her silence has sparked major speculation. Some observers believe Sunny is staying quiet to protect her public image, perhaps hoping that the scandal will fade away without directly addressing it. Others speculate that she's been advised by her legal team to keep a low profile to avoid any statements that could potentially complicate her husband's legal battle. There's also a contingent of people who think Sunny's silence is a sign of loyalty, that she's standing by her man despite the storm of allegations surrounding him. Whatever the reason behind her muted response, it's a stark contrast to her usual tell-it-like-it-is persona that has made her a standout on The View. Normally, Sunny is quick to weigh in on scandals and share her opinion, unapologetically at that. Her decision to stay silent on something so personal and potentially career-affecting has only fueled the public's curiosity. Is it a strategic move, or is she simply caught off guard by the magnitude of the situation? For now, all we can do is wait and watch as the story continues to unfold. Beyond the celebrity drama, this scandal underscores significant issues within the healthcare and insurance industries, where the pursuit of profit often takes precedence over patient welfare. The allegations against Dr. Hostin highlight how deeply systemic these problems can be, with fraudulent practices allegedly entangling not just individuals, but entire networks of professionals and organizations. When the integrity of healthcare providers is questioned, trust in the entire system erodes, leaving patients wondering if their care is truly in their best interest or driven by financial gain. Cases like this, regardless of their ultimate outcomes, shine a harsh spotlight on the vulnerabilities in the system, from exploitative billing practices to potential loopholes in insurance laws. Furthermore, the public's polarized reaction to this case reflects a broader frustration with the state of healthcare and insurance in the country. While some see lawsuits like these as a step toward accountability, others view them as part of a larger blame game between industries seeking to protect their own interests. These debates reveal just how fragile trust is and how difficult it can be to restore once broken. So, what do you think? Is Joe Rogan right to call out Sunny Hostin, or is he being too harsh? And do you think Dr. Hostin's legal team can fight off these allegations? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next big celebrity bombshell. This is Star Scoop, where the tea is always piping hot. See you next time!